Hey y'all, good morning. So, I had this wild hair to share a few things with men. Just things I think everybody should know, but men especially. This ridiculous stuff that we put all over our face and all the hair products and smell good, it is dang expensive, okay? It's just like, if you like to buy tools or video games or whatever. It is just ridiculously expensive, and we all just keep buying it. So, especially for you numbers people, that go ahead and budget for it. Just go ahead and budget for it. It's gonna happen. Might as well be prepared for it. So, the other thing that I think everybody needs to know is about mom crazy. Okay, so mom crazy, all of them have it. There's varying degrees of it, but all moms have mom crazy. It's not a bad thing. Absolutely not a bad thing. I'm not saying moms are bad, but moms love so much, so big, so blindly that sometimes there's not rational thought involved when it comes to their kids. There's just not. And I'm going to give y'all an example of it. A great friend of mine years ago had an adult son who was doing drugs. Okay, he was good, had a little career going on, and I say he was about 27 or something, and that they called it legal marijuana or synthetic or whatever. I don't know what they're calling it now, but he got hooked on that, and he ended up in all kinds of trouble, losing his job, everything. He, end up in jail every now and then. And then he'd go to rehab and stay for 2 days and then leave, and, all of this stuff. Well, his mom just, had to make sure he had a place to live. He'd get out of rehab, when he was in town, she'd rent an apartment, get him all set up. Well, then she wanted him to be closer to her, out in the country, and I'm not going to say she made, but she made his daddy give him an acre of land. And then she bought, look, I got a big old zit right there. She bought a mobile home, kind of nice one. It was an older model, but it was nice. It was big, and she paid, had a dirt pad, had it all hooked up. She and I went in there and remodeled and painted everything, cleaned everything, furnished everything, made sure there was everything you could need if you was going to cook something. I mean, towels, washcloths, everything. Oh boy, this time he stayed in rehab for 2 weeks, which wasn't as long as he was supposed to, but anyway. And he comes home to his brand new house, and then he still does drugs. And I used to go over there and push mow his yard, an acre that used to be a rice field. It wasn't regular grass, it was rice grass. And I'd go mow because my friend would call me and offer to pay me to go mow that grass. I'm like, no. She had a little OCD. She couldn't stand it looking that bad. And so I'd be out there push mowing an acre while a grown-ass man sitting in the house smoking his drugs or whatever and playing video games. So, okay, well, she's a grown woman too, Grown-ass people gonna do whatever they want to do, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. I mean, how you choose to react. Well, anyway, one week we had gotten together a couple of times, and I'm gonna put a little on my lips here. And anyway, I was like, hey, you about in yet? Oh yeah, but I gotta stop by Trent's house. I was like, okay. Like 2 days later, I was like, hey, are you about home yet? And she was like, yeah, I got to stop by Trent's house. I'm like, what do you stop by there every day? She was like, yeah, well, I got to drop off his food. And I was like, what are you dropping off to him? And she said, Subway. And I went, wait a minute now. You cleaning houses for a living, and you going out there and you working, and then on your way home every day, you're stopping in town and buying bought food and then taking it to a grown-ass man who ain't got a job. She's like, well, he can't starve. He can't starve. I was like, oh, no. Come on. Went to the dollar store. I bought him ramen noodle sandwich stuff, and here, you're not going to starve to death. But that's what I'm talking about with the mom crazy. And so the drugs, and even though she knew about the drugs, it was never drugs. He was bipolar and stuff. And that's the mom crazy that I'm talking about. Sometimes there is not rational thought involved. And most of the time it's little stuff. It's not big like, what I'm talking about. But the whole thing is moms have mom crazy, and I am relatively certain that's the only reason why any of us survived being toddlers and teenagers is because our moms just loved us so much that they didn't kill us, But anyway, for, men or people who don't have kids, I don't have kids, so I think that's why I see it, the irrational stuff. But just remember, they can't help it. They can't help it. There's nothing they can do about it. Now, I'm not saying if it gets huge that you shouldn't try to assist, like me going to the dollar store so she'd stop. I was working every day and I couldn't afford to eat out every day. Did that change anything? No. No. It didn't. I mean, it maybe changed her stopping to buy food every day. But she still had mom crazy. Because she loved him. And they can't help it. So, don't get mad about it. Is really what I'm trying to say. It's like, hey, let's be mad at me because my eyes are really dark. I don't have no control over what color my eyes are. None whatsoever. Okay? Moms don't have control of mom crazy. Now, I'm saying that. I think some can just not even attempt, to control it. And then I think they probably look crazy anyway. But also, there's no sense in arguing with it either, And a lot of times I think it's like, choose your battles. And it's like, if you're at the house and mom says, hey, go open that refrigerator door and leave the door open. Just do it. Even though it's ridiculous. Just do it. So, something else I think men need to know. I think in a lot of ways y'all have it hard and nobody notices or nobody cares, And I think sometimes those men that do the not good stuff, and I mean, whether it's like something really bad or it's just, you're being rude or something like that. I think those are the men that get all the attention. And they're the ones everybody sees. And then the men that are there and they doing the best they can, taking care of everything that they can, I think nobody notices that. And, they'll just clump everybody up into, an abuser or a narcissist or, whatever all the fun stuff is that they talk about on social media nowadays. Anyway, hey, good guys out there, there's a bunch of y'all. Thank you. Thank you for holding that door open when we come in, Thank you for saying good morning. you know. Also, too, I think sometimes men are, like, afraid to give compliments anymore. Like I don't know. People are weird. People are weird. And men, they still good ones out there. And there's still good women out there. Take your time. I'm a firm believer that if you're not okay by yourself, you're not going to be okay with somebody else. So, anyway. Remember, gentlemen, that all this stuff that women buy to make us look good is expensive. Moms have mom crazy, and there's nothing they can do about it. You just got to deal with it. And, you know, some of us see all the awesome stuff that, you know, regular people do. Regular, awesome people do. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Be safe. Have a good day. Say the truth out loud.